Hi guys, how are you? Namaste. The light in me recognizes the light in you. I'm so happy today to be on here. Actually, it's nighttime here, but you never know when you're gonna see this. I decided to do a message with the spirit cats today because I love cats. I have 5 cats. That's crazy. But I did read online, as long as you have under 6, you're fine. Once you get to 6, you're officially a crazy cat lady. So I'm done. I'm just keeping my 5 cats. But anyway, so we're gonna do the spirit cats, and we're asking spirit, what are people saying about you right now? Like, what's the word on the streets? What's the gossip? What are people thinking about you? And really, collective, I don't think you really care. Like, it's not gonna bother you or upset you, but you're just kind of curious. It's just kind of fun. I have my wild music going on tonight, so I thought, oh, let's just do something different. So we're gonna ask, like, what is it people are saying about you? This could be family members, this could be coworkers, this could be friends, this could be enemies, lovers, I don't know, exes, who knows? Who knows? But let's just see what the tea is, okay? And just kind of go with the messages. I love these cat cards. I actually don't use them very often. They're kind of interesting. They're called spirit kitties. And they each have like their own name and they have their own kind of like personality. So I thought it'd be fun. So what collective do people or are currently people saying about you right now? Okay, what's the gossip? What's going around? What are they saying up in these streets? Okay. I was praying earlier, so I know we're protected in this reading. So that's good. It's been an interesting couple of days for me. Things are good. I've been setting some boundaries. I got some really good news. And before I did this reading, I found $600 in a drawer that I totally forgot about. And I'm always finding things like that. I always find money and things in pockets and drawers. Like, it's really weird. But I think that's a sign for you, collective, that you're about to find something maybe that you lost, or you're gonna find something that you really wanted. You might find a really good deal on something, or maybe something you've been waiting for. And yeah, and my hand is itching. So that usually means money is coming. I found secret money tonight, or stashed away money that I totally forgot about. So collective, be ready for something surprising to come to you, okay? All right, night magic. This is so funny because when I was practicing this reading before, just to see like what it would be like, this card came out. So people are saying that you're magical. This is Vespertine. This cat is Vespertine. And this cat, no sleep for the wild. So they say, how does this person never sleep? They're so wild. So they're calling you wild. They're saying you never sleep. They say that you are extraordinarily creative, that you bathe in creativity. You just swirl and ooze around, and creativity just falls off of you. It just flows out of you. Yeah, and they say that you love nighttime escapades. So yeah, it's like, let me take you on an escapade, escapade. Yeah, that's you. So you're doing nighttime escapades. And they say that you're very mysterious, you're playful, and they're saying that for your age, they think that you go out a lot. They think for your age, you should be more settled and maybe act your age more. So they think maybe people are saying you're too old to be doing certain things, dressing a certain way, acting a certain way. But I think you're here to show people age is just a number, and you have a very youthful spirit, and you inspire other people not to let age become a burden, like, oh, I can't do this, or I can't work out because I'm too old to do that, or I'm too old for this or that. You're not too old. You're never too old. There are people who are 80 years old who are still up dancing and working out and running marathons and doing all kinds of things. So don't let that, if you hear that, or you feel like people are saying that about you, don't let that affect you in a negative way, okay? Yeah. So they're saying, so you're saying going out is not just for the young, but other people might be criticizing you about that. Or some people might just be saying, wow, I can't believe that person has the energy at their age to do a lot of the things that they're doing. Okay. And yeah, they say that you like to explore the night, you like to go dancing under the stars, that you don't really like to come out during sunlight, and that you tend to be the person seeing the sun rise when everyone else is still sleeping. You're watching the sunrise. So you're still up, and that you really, I think they're saying that you're really connected to the moon and you're kind of into some weird like astrology, moon and star stuff like that. Yeah, and they say that you have changed your perspective on life. Something about you has changed how you're looking at things, and like maybe you help other people, you inspire other people to see things from a different point of view and to kind of change their perspective in a way. Yeah. And they say that you have more energy, and they're just like, how does this person get so much energy? You're very energetic, okay? Yeah, and you're magical too. Like you can take difficult situations and transform them into something amazing, or you can take just someone who's really struggling and help them to see their situation, their plight from a different viewpoint, and help them to learn how to respond more than just react to their situations and their challenges, okay? They say that you're passionate, okay? So this is Meet Ember. This is Cat Ember. Kitty Spirit Ember. Yeah, they say that you're light. You're a light, blazing being. You're a blazing being of light, okay? And that you're fiery, that you have a lot of drive, that you have a lot of energy, you make things happen. And they say that you are like always trying to move in the direction of love. Like love is very important to you, whether it's like love for your children, love for your pets, love for your family. You love them even if you can't have like a close relationship with them. You still pray for them, want them to have love. You want everyone to be in a loving energy. You want people to feel loved who are close to you. Yeah, and that like love makes you glow and burn brighter. Like when you're in that loving state, you just burn brighter and your light is even more powerful. Yeah, and they say that you like to like cuddle a lot. And so maybe some of your exes like, oh God, she wanted to cuddle. Oh my God, I hate cuddling. But you love cuddling. So you're looking for someone who likes to cuddle. And if you don't have someone to cuddle with, you cuddle with your kitties. You cuddle with your stuffed animals or whatever, your pillow. But you are a cuddler. So they say that. And they say that you have many things that you're doing that's different. Like you're always doing something different, like writing, reading, creating, traveling, trying something new. You're open to being adventurous, okay? They say that you really are passionate about everything you do. You do things with honor. You have a lot of honor. You honor other people's feelings, opinions. And you put a lot of time and dedication to things that are important to you. Your work, your home, everything. You put dedication and passion to it. You're very devoted to those that you love and hold dear to your heart. They say that you are beautiful, energetic, and that you're getting more and more into your life purpose. Okay, that's what they're saying. Pretty good things so far, right? I get like maybe 4 cards. I don't know. We'll see how many cards I want to get. I got 2. Spirit Kitties gave me 2 cards, so I'll take it. I'm drinking champagne tonight, bubbles, and I added cranberry and orange juice. Because I don't know why. I just ran out of red wine, so I was like, oh, I'll have the champagne, I'll just drink that. Plus, I felt bubbly today. Okay, they say you're courageous, so you're brave. This is Alice. Spirit kitty Alice. Meow, meow, meow. Yeah, they say you may be small, but you're brave and you are jumping ahead. You're the person who's gonna jump head first in the rabbit hole. They might say you're kind of into some conspiracy theory things, or like you're one of those conspiracy theorist people, or you're diving into rabbit holes and researching strange subjects. They say that you're not as afraid of other you're not as afraid of the unknown as other people. Like, some people are very afraid of the unknown, but you're willing to dabble in things you don't know and like take chances and try some things that are very foreign to you. You're not afraid to try foreign things, okay? Yeah, and you're not scared. You're not fraught. You're not scared of danger. Like, you will take some risk and do some things that other people might deem dangerous. You are like, no, fearless, and you're getting less and less. You're becoming more and more courageous, and you're becoming less and less fearful over time. And like, you're just getting braver and braver because you realize that all your faith is in God, and you're like, God has my back. He's my creator, so he's not gonna drop the ball with me. You know, if he's gonna feed the birds, and protect the birds, then he definitely is gonna protect his own child, me, right? I don't think you don't tempt God, but you trust him that if you explore your world and you try some things that are a little dangerous and a little edgy, that you're still gonna be covered. Like, he's gonna command his angels to protect you. Okay, yeah, they say that you always have faith, you believe in beautiful possibilities, and you're always waiting to discover something new and try something new and meet new people and just see where life is going to take you. Okay, yeah, you have true courage. You listen to your intuition, and a lot of people are afraid to do that. They listen to science, weird science. They listen to like what the media says. They listen to CNN. They listen to Donald Trump or Biden or their doctor or their lawyer or their, whoever, their neighbor, their mother-in-law, their spouse, their whoever. But you listen to your intuition, and you listen to God, your creator, right? And that's true courage. And you always move in the direction of your heart. You move in the direction of your heart. That's what people say about you. What you're yearning for, you're going in that direction. Even if it means breaking down the whole structure that you've already built and starting over. You're not afraid to start over 1,000,000 times. If it means starting over to build something bigger and better for you, you're gonna do it. And that takes real courage, collective. That's what makes you magical, fiery, passionate. Yeah. And even when you're feeling uncomfortable or you're in unfamiliar territory, you still go ahead bravely. You still make the most of every situation, every moment, every conversation. You want to get every bit of beauty, energy, life out of life. You want life to be lived to the fullest. You want to live it to the fullest. You're living it up, okay? You trust yourself enough to take leaps. Like, people can't believe it. They're like, I can't believe she would do that. She just would leave that. She just walk out. She would just get up. She's just not going to go to work. She's going to try that. She's just going to get on a plane and go, what? Like, they can't believe that you have the courage to do things they would never do. Never. Because it's out of their comfort zone. It's like, she's gonna just skip breakfast and eat breakfast and lunch at the same time, and she's gonna eat dinner at midnight. Like, what? Oh my, like, they're mind blown. They're just mind blown how you think out of the box and how you're willing to just break all the molds. Oh, she's gonna sleep all day and be out all night? What? And these people are just like, not when I say she, it could be a he, because I don't know if I have masculines with me, but you're just on your own timetable. You're on your own, you're in your own world, you have your own thing going, and you're not afraid to break out of this matrix and the programming and the nonsense that you've been spoon fed by this matrix since you were a child. Okay, yeah. And they said that, yeah, you trust yourself, and you remember no matter where you land, the ride will be strange, magnificent, and oh so worth it. So you feel like taking chances, being adventurous, trying new things, getting out of that rut is going to, even if you're in a strange place, even if it feels out of your comfort zone, that's what keeps your passion going. And it keeps you youthful and happy and young and more optimistic. Now, the next card is Meet Stardust. So you're like Stardust. And this is paradox. So they say you're a paradox, okay? You are the convergence of opposites. So maybe you are bubbly and great, but then when you're moody, you're very moody. You're like, when you're happy, you're really happy, but when you're angry, you're fierce. So you're kind of a little bit of a conundrum, right? They say you're a magician and that you can turn everything on its head. You're the dark and the light, and you're balanced, and you're really mastering balancing the yin and the yang and the dark and the light. It keeps coming up in the readings because you have mastered the art of balance, collective, because balance is what it's all about. It's not about being extremely thin or extremely big or, starving yourself or overeating or over-exercising. It's just about balancing. Everything is a balance. It's not about being always love and light, because there's times you have to throw down. I mean, there's times you have to really tell someone off and get gangsta about it, go off on somebody. But you do it because it needs to be done. You don't just get in that energy unless absolutely has to happen. You know what I'm saying? You're not just out here being a cruel person, but when something needs to be said and you have to get out of that love and light and be like, look, and no, and you can do that. And that's the paradox, because most of the time you're so sweet and kind and loving and generous and whatever, but you have your limitations, and when you have to set the boundaries, you do it. And it's kind of a paradox, and it kind of throws people off because they're like, what, I've never seen her like that. What's going on? Paradox, okay? Yeah, you travel the galaxies with friends. You have free will. You believe in free will. You also believe in destiny. You think certain things are destined, but you also believe there's an element of free will and things you can change and choose for yourself. I was actually talking to my son about that today, because my baby was saying he thinks everything is predestined. Everything, every single second of your life is already written. I was like, I don't know. I think there's big things written, and I think there's some details, and I think that we get a little wiggle worm, or a wiggle worm room, or wiggle room. You know what I mean? I'm not for sure. I'm not 100%. I might change my mind on this, but I don't think every single thing is destined. But he does. And I find that interesting, because I like having conversations with my kids about stuff like that, because it's just fascinating to me, how everyone sees the world, It's what makes it go around. And you see that. You're not one of these people who's like, oh no, if you don't like Trump, I don't like you, or if you don't like this, or you don't vote this, or you're just like, hey, be you. Like who you like, be who you are, and you love that about People Collective. You want people to be their authentic selves, and you're your authentic self, and it's makes people really drawn to you. You're very magnetic, and you're authentic, and there's not a lot of people like that anymore, because a lot of people are scared to say an opinion, and you're like, oh no, this is what I think. this is how I feel, and you don't care what people think anymore. You have overcome that. People are saying that you are no F's given anymore. At this point, you're like, I don't care. I'm gonna say what I say, feel how I feel. You're just gonna speak your truth. Your truth. Doesn't mean it's everyone's truth, but it's your truth. And people are fascinated by it because a lot of people are too afraid to do that. Very much afraid to do that, you know? Yeah, and so exactly, this is really interesting. It says free will and destiny. No one knows where one begins and the other ends, right? So we don't really know. Is this free will or is this all destined? We're not really 100% sure. But you're like, well, I'm gonna keep making choices like it is free will, because what if it's free will? Like, you're trying to make the choices that bring you the most pleasure and bring the pleasure to the people you love around you. You know, make decisions that bring them pleasure to people that you love around you. So you know how to see the good and the evil in everything. Like, you're learning how to, like, not say, oh, that's evil, that's bad, that's good, this is bad, you're like, okay, it's not bad to have a cheat day and eat whatever you want all day, and it's not bad to have a juice fast one day, or eat all, you know, whatever, or it's not bad to go out and party all night one night and then the next day rest and go to the gym and go to the sauna, and you know, like, you're balancing. You're not just like labeling things good or evil. And it's like, oh, well, you smoke cigarettes, so you're bad, you're unhealthy, you're evil. Like, you're just like, okay, well, you know, smoke cigarettes. You're not seeing everything as black and white. You're trying to see the balance in everything, and that's what makes people attracted to you, because collective, you're not just judging like, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. You're just like, have a little fun, eat, you know, splurge, do things, but also balance that out with responsibility too. And that's what made, like, because when you can balance being responsible and being wild at the same time, that's just a beautiful place to be, the yin and the yang, right? Okay. Yeah, and within every, you realize two people are like, wow, that person can always see the silver lining. They can see the beauty in every tragedy. Anything bad that happens, they can still see the silver lining and see and be optimistic. And that's very inspiring to those around you. Even the people that hate you, they're still like, wow, like, that person is like a force to be reckoned with. Like, you could hate, collective people could hate you as much as they want to hate you, but they have to still recognize your power, and they recognize that you're more balanced than them, especially the karmics. They recognize that you just like stardust, just kind of like, you just sprinkle stardust everywhere you go. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and you question everything. Like, you never say, I'm right, this is how it is. You're like, okay, well, this is what I think, but you know what? Like I just told you, I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to say 10 years from now, no, everything's destined. I might change my mind, but I'm open to hearing anyone else's opinion and being like, okay, well, I'll listen to that. Doesn't mean I'm going to agree, but I'm open to it. And some people just can't fathom that. Like, it's like, no, this is right, this is that. They just can't handle that open-mindedness. They have very funnel, very closed-minded, narrow views of life, and you, collective, do not. It makes you amazing and special and so passionate, fiery. Like, people are just so drawn. They're just fascinated, collective. They're fascinated, okay? Let the paradox open up your thinking and your perspective. And I told you, you open up people's perspective. Even if you don't even speak to them, them just being in your presence makes them open their mind a little bit more to a different way of saying things or thinking about things. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I'm gonna get a couple more cards and then I'm gonna close, because I'm gonna tell you some of my messages. But this is what people are saying about you, so it's pretty good stuff. I mean, I think some people are saying you're a conspiracy theorist. Some people say you stay out and party too much. Some people, I think they think you are. They say you're out of balance, but you're really not, because they don't understand about balancing dark and light. They just think everything should be light, or they think everything is darker. They're so low vibrational, they don't know how to understand how you can be spiritual and be a stripper, or how you could be sexual and be spiritual. Like, you know, you don't feel like you have to be a celibate virgin to be connected to the divine, but they feel that way because there's so many people going around with that whole sex is bad thing. And I really think that's a big Matrix thing where they try to shame people for their sexuality. And I also think there's a thing where people push it to the point where it becomes like an addictive, like porn, and they degrade sexuality too. So you know how to balance it. You know how to say, well, yeah, like I don't, porn is fake and it's kind of, but I do like my sexuality. I do like dancing. I do like showing my body and feeling free about being in the skin that I was born in. I mean, you're born naked for a reason. Like, do y'all ever wonder, like, why are we born naked? But yet we're so ashamed. We're always covering up. Why? Because the Bible says so? The Bible says a lot of things, guys. I'm just saying. God question these things. Like, why am I born naked and I'm so afraid of my body? Why is that? To be spiritual, I have to be covered in fig leaves. I have to sew fig leaves on. I mean, like, what is that? But you are thinking outside of that. Meditation, they say you meditate. This is chutney. Chutney. Kitty spirit chutney. Yeah, they say that you are meditating. You just radiate energy. You just kind of float in the room and people notice you. That you also like to be present in your body and your spirit. Like you're learning how to really be present in your own skin and becoming more self-aware. Yeah, and you're really getting more in touch with your feelings. People are watching you transform. A lot of people don't even recognize you. Like, they don't even recognize you. Like, this is not the same person I knew 10 years ago. Yeah, they say you're very unique. You have unique energy. You have a unique texture. Like, just touching you, just everything about you is unique, very special. Your mind is wide open like the sky. Yeah. And your thoughts just float around like clouds. They just float, and you're just always sharing them and like letting them kind of linger as you leave. You watch your thoughts rise. You also try not to judge other people. I mean, I'm not saying you never judge people, but you try to really accept people for who they are and meet them where they are without just saying you need to be this, you need to be that, or whatever. You're not controlling. You're not trying to manipulate situations. You're just letting people come to you, be who they are. You're letting the people that love you, love you. The people that don't want to love you, don't love you. You're not trying to force anything. You're not trying to put a peg in a square. You're not trying to put a square in a peg. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're letting things flow. Yeah, and you're just feeling the sensations of life. You are a magic maker. You can manifest. You make magical things happen. Yeah, this is links. You're a sorceress. You're a shaman. You're a witch. Some people might be saying you're a witch. You're into some weird stuff. But you're not. I mean, I know my collective would never be doing anything negative. You might do like prayers or little like rituals that are positive, like protection rituals or things like send love to people or whatever, like to manifest. But you're not doing anything to manipulate or harm or anything dark or anything. You would never do anything like that. So, but people are saying, you might be saying that you are. And that you're evil, especially the dogmatic religious, you know, those people who are stuck. Yeah, they say that you can manifest beyond your wildest dreams. And I think some of them think that you're about to manifest something really amazing. And they're a little scared. They're like, where is collective going? What is collective doing? Like, what are they about to manifest? Like, oh my goodness. What magic is she brewing up or he brewing up today? Yeah, and they say that you can heal, that you have a revolutionary, you're going through a revolutionary transformation, and that you are a healer and you're helping to heal yourself and those around you. Yeah, and you're really going inward and you're connecting to the powerful current life force inside of you, okay? You're connecting And you're taking that life force, you're really connecting to it and sending it to others and helping to connect to others with that life force. So that's why when you meet someone or people around you, they're old tactics of like manipulating, lying, BSing, pretending, fake, future faking, and all that nonsense. It doesn't work anymore with you because because you're so connected to your inner powerful life force inside, which is from the divine. He's now giving you the gift to see right through people. So you see them coming, what they're up to. You see the manipulations, you see the lies, you see the effery before, and you may not always act like it. That's the interesting thing too. People underestimate you, collective. People underestimate you. They don't realize until they have to realize that you see a lot more, know a lot more than you always let on. And that's that mysterious part of you. But when the time is right, you're like, I know. And I know. So just stop. Like, stop. Because I know, and I know, and then I know that I know, and that's that. Like, they can't pull the wool over your eyes as much anymore. You're not falling for the okie doke. Like, people have to come to you correct and real are out. And you're setting boundaries. People are really surprised how strong you've become with your boundaries. And now you're like, if it's not serving me, you're really connecting. Yeah. You're turning inward, and you are a force to be reckoned with. You're conducting energy to the creations for the good. And that's it. That inner energy that you're connecting with God, you're using it for the benefit of everyone, the whole creation, the whole earth. You're elevating the energy. You know how the Bible says, pray for peace on earth and goodwill towards mankind? That connection to the divine that you've mastered, or not mastered, but you're mastering and really harnessing in, is basically bringing more peace on earth, more goodwill towards mankind, and it's helping all of creation. Okay? Yeah, so they're saying you don't hold back, and they say, hey, the world needs more magic. I think some of them are really happy to see you in this energy. Maybe not everyone, but yeah, and they say that you are finding your soul tribe. You're finding people who are more like-minded like you. And that you have everything. They say that you're realizing now that you have everything you need within you. You don't need all this outside nonsense. You don't need a Range Rover. You don't need Jordan shoes. You don't need Christian Dior purses. You don't need, whatever, $500,000. You don't need any of those things. You don't need diamonds, jewelry. Everything you have, you've realized, is within. And because of that, you're getting a lot of those things, material things, but those things don't matter to you. And that's what, I think a lot of people are frustrated by that, because those people are like, well, I want those things, but yet they want them. You don't care about them, and then they're being bestowed upon you, because God sees the purity inside of you, collective, and knows that you have a balanced understanding of what matters most, but you're getting more and more aware. It's like a daily growth in that respect. So you're a sorceress. You're manifesting beyond your wildest dreams. People are always like waiting, like, what's next? Like, what is she gonna do next? Or he, collective, whoever is watching this, that is the collective and is not a karmic, and not in karmic energy. Okay, divine, the divine, masculine and feminine. Yeah, and you're just revolutionary. That's it. And when you intend to do something, you do it, and people can trust you. They can believe your word. And you're super unique. Yeah, he was. You're a little different from the other kitties. You're a little different than everyone around you. Sometimes people say people say that you're lonely and alienated, but you actually enjoy being alone because that's where you're really growing. That's where your growth is coming. It's not to you. It doesn't feel like being alone. It feels like you're really discovering parts of yourself that you never had a chance because you were always surrounded by all this chaotic people. And you've eliminated that and you're starting to really be more unique. You're not lonely, but people are saying that you are, and they're saying you're alienating yourself. They're saying that there's a time when you've tried blending in or you've considered trying to blend in with other people and you realize now I'm not blending in. Why? When I can stand out, when I can be me. Why do I want to be like everybody else when I can be my amazing self? That's what you're saying, collective. You are truly not afraid to be you, and you don't care. You don't care if you don't fit in. You like being unique. You celebrate your authentic, unique self. Okay? And so, but you haven't always been that way because you thought if you were yourself, you thought you would lose people, and you have lost people. But in losing people, you've gained so much more. Like the people that you've lost have caused you to gain so much more, and you're like, wow, being me really pays off. Not blending in really pays off, you know? And you're being rewarded for that because God made us all our own special. That's why we all have our own fingerprint, our own eye print. Like these are unique. We're all one of a kind. And when everyone tries to be like the sheep and just all be the same person, it's kind of like spitting in God's face, like not saying, God, let me take my unique path, let me be me. No, I gotta be like all these people. I gotta go to the football, I gotta watch football, and I gotta wear the same jersey, and I gotta do this on Easter, and I gotta go to the church every Sunday, and like whatever it is, or I gotta get married by this time and have this many kids. And but you're like, no, I'm not doing all those things. I'm gonna live my life and my own unique path, and you're being rewarded for that because a lot of people are too afraid to do that. Okay. Yeah, you take risks, you meet people's gazes, and you realize that your unique is where your beauty and your spark comes from, your uniqueness, and that's your twinkle. And then you're inspiring other people to be more unique and to embrace the side of themselves too. And that's another reason you're being rewarded, because you're teaching other people, or maybe you're even trying to, but just in being you, other people are like, wow, look how it's working out for collective. So maybe I should try being myself. Maybe I should try to take my mask off and just say, this is me. Like it or not like it. I'm wearing this, I'm doing this is how I feel, this is what I'm saying, this is how I want to live. You know? And it's really special. So, yeah, and you're kind of helping people to be themselves and like helping the world to become more diverse, because as you are willing to break free from all the programming, other people are slowly doing the same thing. And instead of feeling competitive, like I gotta compete, I gotta be like that, they're like, no, let me be me. You know what I'm saying? Some of them, you're inspiring that. And if you're not, you're inspiring the people that matter. Because some people are just never going to grow because they just want to stay stuck in karmic cycles. And they're going to have to keep coming back. They're going to be in, what do you call it, Groundhog Day? Their life is going to be Groundhog Day until they wake up. They got to wake up. Okay, so that's you. You're embracing the freak within. They say that you're a freak and you don't care. She's a super freak. She's super freaky. Yeah, you're embracing your freak within, and that is just making you so powerful. You're manifesting. You're making things happen. It's just beautiful collective. So really, they're not saying too many negative things. I mean, I think some people turn some of these things negative, but I always tend to go positive even when I hear things that people are saying. Like, I do think people make fun of you, the ones who just are stuck. But I just think it's like, you just don't care. So because you don't care, it doesn't even like bother you. You just laugh it off. Yeah, don't worry about if others like or love you. Instead, demand respect. Can't tell me I don't have gifts. This is my own card that I made. Yeah, September. So something in September significant about you not worrying if others will love you. You're like, you don't have to love me, but you will respect me. Yeah, and then there's a skateboard on here, a gift. I told y'all, a gift is coming. Like, I got that $600 in that drawer that I found. I think a gift from the universe is coming. The letter B is on here. B could be significant to you. Maybe some people call you the B word. Or if you're a man, the other B word. Well, I don't know. Who cares? You don't care. You made some kind of breakthrough in September spiritually. Some kind of a gift. You're being gifted something because of a breakthrough that you made in September, okay? About not worrying about others if they like or love you. But you're like, you know what? It's not just love and like. Respect matters too. And I want people to respect me. And people are respecting you more for that. And it's been hard for you to do that because you're a people pleaser. But you're like, no more people pleasing. I'm done with that as of September. Yeah. And I think some of these people, some people are saying you're egotistical. And they say that your ego is keeping you from moving forward. Okay, this could be a Scorpio throwing shade on you. I think some of the people are trying to shade their karma and avoid their karma by coming under your umbrella, because I have an umbrella on here. They're trying to, a lot of people have been under your umbrella trying to avoid karma and avoid dealing with their own ish. And they think if they clung to you and stayed under your umbrella, that it would prevent them from having to heal. And you're like, no. No, this is my space. You go out. You need to heal. And this could be someone with Scorpio in their chart. It could be a Scorpio person. I'm a Scorpio ascending. So maybe I'm talking about myself in Vedic. And that's Vedic. Vedic is different than tropical. Tropical I'm Aquarius. But anyways, 8 ball. Maybe these people do a lot of cooking. Maybe you're playing pool. I don't know. But there are people, maybe people are saying you do blow. I don't know. But I do know that people are throwing shade at you. And maybe they say you never go in the sun and you're always in the shade. I don't know. It's funny. Oh, shoot. I dropped the cards. Okay. Judge others by how much love is in their heart. And that's what you're doing. Instead of focusing on anything, like you don't care how much money, you don't care if they look like, you're only concerned now with how much love someone has in their heart. And that's how you're judging people, with their actions, okay? There's a E, a K, a pig on here. So, I don't know, maybe people say you're pigging out, you eat too much, because there's a popsicle. Maybe you're eating a lot of ice cream or popsicles. But I do think that you might be going on a trip, possibly. And maybe simplifying your life, traveling, going on road trips. I think you're trying to get rid of things and get to a place where you can just be lighter and not have so many possessions and things to like manage. You know what I mean? But be aware that jovial times are headed your way. Prepare to party. Yeah, I think they say you party too much. I think people do know that something big and good is coming for you. Just intuitively. The ones who are intuitive, they know. They know something really great is coming for you. Yeah. Do not lower your frequency vibrations to nurse others' unhealthy insecurities. Choose bliss, celebrate and win. No apologies. You're not apologizing anymore. You're choosing high vibrations. You're not dimming your light so that you can make other people feel secure. You don't care. It's just you're gonna shine as bright as you're gonna shine. And if other people can't deal with it, that's their issue, not yours. In the past, you were afraid, like, oh, I don't want people to be jealous. I want people to be angry. I want people to like me. I want them to say this. Da, 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 da. I want them to pay me. I want them to like me at work. My clients, I gotta make my clients happy. And now you're like, whatever. If my clients, there's always another client. Like, you're not changing who you are. It's like, this is me, take it or leave it. These are these are terms and conditions, take it or leave it. And people are like, what is going on with her? She's never been like that before. He, collective, you've never been like that, right? So yeah, juice. They might say you drink too much wine. And they're watching, like these people, you have people watching you like a hawk. They have their eye on you. And yeah, these people are getting karma. There's people getting karma. This lightning bolt. And some people, I think also like the light is, I think some people are going to have some jolting moments. Certain people around you who are learning from you, it's going to jolt them into an awakening. I think you're going to help people by your transformation get jolted because of this, when you get struck by lightning, like it really gets your attention. I think God or universe or the higher powers are getting people collective around you's attention, like, hey, you're going to have to get your vibration up or you're not going to be around the collective, because the collective is moving to a higher way of thinking, living, and being. And if you can't raise up, you can't get off the karmic hamster wheel, you can't be around them, right? And some of you might be doing like juice baths sometimes, or maybe you're drinking some more juice or smoothies to kind of cleanse and detoxify. Maybe people say, I don't know, probably that you drink too much wine. You drink too much, probably. Okay, but if it's not affecting their life, then it's really none of their business, right? And plus, Jesus' first miracle was turning water into wine, so you can't tell me I can't drink wine. Especially if you're gonna Bible thump. Okay, you are moving through the disturbances in your life to calmer places. This is what I'm saying. You collective have gotten rid of all the chaos, and you are moving to calmer waters. And people are seeing that and they're like, wow, the collective is serious about their peace. They want to be happy. They don't want the chaos. They don't want the emptiness. They don't want the loneliness. They don't want to be in a miserable marriage where there's not even a real marriage, where we're living in different places and we're not even connected. They don't want to be in a relationship with a drug addict who's off choosing drugs over them. They don't want to be, you know, at a Christmas dinner where their whole family is making fun of them, talking down to them, treating them like crap. You know, just, you're done. You're done. You're done with that. Like, literally, you're not going to be in low vibrations. You're not going to allow people to take away your calm and your peace anymore. It's like a deal breaker. Like, yo, you're disturbing my peace. Bye. Slam the door in their face. Like, you're not having it because you're ready to really, really begin living. And, you know, I know now why people will say, when I was younger, people would say, wait, so you get older, you know, it's so much better when you get older. Oh my God, so. Because you really start getting aware and you start realizing, like, what am I doing? Why am I pleasing these people? Like, why am I living like this? Why? And you start really realizing what's important. But I don't think it's just because you're getting older. I really think it's just a spiritual transformation, an awakening that's happening, you know? Okay, someone in your life underestimates your spiritual gifts and power. So there's people making fun of your spiritual gifts. They think it's funny. Because look at this person laughing. Someone who has a lot of big teeth, or someone who's like obsessed with their teeth. Maybe doing some weird stuff to their teeth. They don't believe you're spiritual. Look at them over here. Look at, they're just like all shriveled up and angry. Probably sending like black magic or doing some stupid stuff or evil eyeing your spiritual gifts. But you don't care because you know how sweet your spiritual gifts are and you know how powerful you are. You are over here with flowers and candy and they're over here laughing and looking like that because they don't have they're underestimating your spiritual gifts. And I think some of these people are starting to be like, okay, well maybe I did underestimate her gifts. Like maybe she's onto something, or maybe I don't know. But that's what the cards say. So take it as it resonates. This is what people are saying. Don't worry. Be happy, because really most of it's good stuff. Even the negative stuff is like, okay, so they're mad you have spiritual gifts. Everyone has spiritual gifts, and I tell people this, but it's like you have to tap into it. You have to tell the divine that you want. You have to take the time, like the meditation. You gotta, instead of like going out every single night and hanging out with a bunch of people, going to the movie, and like always moving, watching TV constantly and watching that football, constant, go to Beyonce's concert. You're to tap in and use your spiritual gifts, you have to spend time alone and quiet, like really focusing away from people. You don't always have to be away from people, but I mean, it's work. It's not like it's just like, oh, here's spiritual gifts, bestow it on them. It's like God, kind of like Noah, when he told him to build the ark. He looked all over the earth and he was like, okay, there's somebody who meditate, cares, is like wants to be connected to me. I'm like, okay, I'm going to help them. You know, all the other people were running around, getting married, doing whatever they were doing, having fun, partying, but they weren't trying to foster a relationship with the divine. And everyone in the Bible that you see who did miraculous things and God came to them, it was because they were seeking him as well. So these people that are angry with you about your spiritual gifts, if they want them, they can have them. They just have to start really seeking to grow and vibrate and like get into the Christ consciousness and build a relationship with the God, and then it will come to them. But if you're too busy going to like concerts and football games and, you know, buying the latest this and that and, you know, gossiping and competing and trying to be like, you know, you're not gonna, why is God gonna give gifts to someone like that? It's just gonna be wasted. God does not throw his pearls, you know, to swine. He doesn't. He's gonna give it to somebody who's gonna like appreciate it and use it for a good and try to help other people. So it's not like collective, you're so, I mean, I do think they're chosen in a way, but like, I think anybody can come out of karmic energy and connect to the divine if they choose to. But there's choices involved. Because I believe in free will. But my son says no, it's destined. So I don't know. It's up for debate. I could be wrong. He could be right. All I do know is you collective are connected to the divine. And some people are underestimating your spiritual gifts. Because you are powerful. You are tapped all the way in. And you're not the kind of person that looks like that. Like, people would be like, that person, really? Yeah, that person is really tapped the F in. Collective, that's you. So, thank God, because we need tapped in light workers. We need people connected to the divine. We need people who pray and believe and have faith and manifest and help humanity. Because this earth needs more light. The darkness is a little too heavy on this earth. We need to tip it back, get that balance. Okay? So that's what people think about you. You don't care. You're like, oh, so cool, very interesting. That was fun. That was entertaining. But anyway, you guys already know because you're intuitive, right? All right, I love you guys. Mwah. Take care. I'm going to be praying for you always. Collective, sending you every ounce of love I have in my soul to you. Okay? Take care.